In this video, we will show you the steps of the citric acid cycle. The citric acid cycle is an important part of aerobic respiration in cells, which is the alternative to anaerobic respiration. It produces precursors for amino acids and is the last common step in the pathway of fuel molecule oxidation. The learning goals are for students to understand the steps of the citric acid cycle and to provide a tool, an acronym, that helps students remember them. The acronym we're using to describe the steps of this cycle is CIASSFMO. Candace is a super soft furry mammoth, okay? First, we start with one molecule of pyruvate of the two produced in glycolysis. It gets converted to acetyl-CoA via the pyruvate dehydrogenase complex, or PDC. The PDC consists of multiple enzymes that work together as a unit to complete this step. In this process, NADH and CO2 are produced as byproducts. Since CO2 is released, acetyl-CoA has one less carbon than pyruvate. It's a 2-carbon molecule. This is an oxidative decarboxylation. The NAD+ is reduced to NADH and the CO2 leaves.
Now we move on to the first step of the citric acid cycle. In this step, oxaloacetate, a 4-carbon molecule, combines with acetyl-CoA to produce a 6-carbon molecule known as citrate. Citrate is Candace in our acronym. This process is facilitated by citrate synthase and is a Claisen condensation.
Citrate gets converted to isocitrate by iconitase. This is a dehydration-rehydration reaction. Isocitrate is the "is" in our acronym.
In the conversion of isocitrate to alpha-ketoglutarate by isocitrate dehydrogenase, NADH and CO2 are produced as byproducts. This is an oxidative decarboxylation as CO2 is lost. Alpha-ketoglutarate is A in our acronym.
Alpha-ketoglutarate is converted to succinyl-CoA by the alpha-ketoglutarate dehydrogenase complex. Another NAD+ is converted to NADH and CO2, so it's another oxidative decarboxylation.
In the next step, succinyl-CoA is converted to succinate by succinyl-CoA synthetase, which phosphorylates a GDP to produce a GTP. GTP, or guanosine triphosphate, is similar to ATP. Cells use GTP for signaling, but it can be used for energy. This step also produces a thiolated acetyl-CoA. This step is a substrate-level phosphorylation, and succinate is the soft in our acronym.
Succinate gets converted to fumarate by succinate dehydrogenase and releases the FADH2 in the process. FADH2 is like NADH2, but it is only produced in the citric acid cycle. This is a dehydrogenation step. This is also the furry in our acronym.
Fumarase turns fumarate into malate. This is a hydration reaction. Malate is mammoth in our acronym.
Malate gets converted to oxaloacetate. This process reduces an NAD+ to an NADH and is a dehydrogenation. The oxaloacetate is OK in our acronym. Oxaloacetate can combine with any acetyl-CoA to produce citrate via citrate synthase. This restarts the citric acid cycle. The cycle happens twice because glucose creates 2 pyruvate molecules and thus 2 acetyl-CoA molecules. In each cycle, 3 NADH and 1 FADH are produced, so a total of 6 NADH and 2 FADH2 are produced in 2 cycles. The conversion of pyruvate to acetyl-CoA also produces 1 NADH per molecule, so there are another 2 NADH produced from that. And then to explain or reiterate our acronym, it's Candace is a super soft furry mammoth, okay? So C is for citrate, I is for isocitrate, A is for alpha-ketoglutarate, S is for succinyl-CoA, the other S is for succinate, F is for fumarate, M is for malate, and O is oxaloacetate.